All right, hello and welcome to One Piece Intermission 3 of sorts. I don't think we did a second or a first necessarily, but this will be spoilery up until through 75. We haven't hit 76 yet. That will be the start of the fourth bundle, 75 through 100. But I just wanted to kind of talk of a few thoughts of where we had left off before I jump into bundle 4, and we can review a bit of the information for familiarity's sake, because there is a lot to digest and remember with the names. But outside of that, bundle 3, what a creative writing masterpiece One Piece is. Not just bundle 3, but the rest of it too. The two bundles before that. But anyhow, I've kind of got some fears. Obviously, with a show that you start to dig to some certain degree, you don't ever want it to falter or go off center. Nonetheless, no show's going to be perfect, but you know what I mean. My biggest fears are that the show will, at some point, lose the heart that it had. That it will lose heart. I hope not. I really hope not. Secondly, considering how popular it is and how big the show is and all that, I'm concerned that it's going to become too mainstream over time. And thirdly, my third concern, I want the visuals and the artwork. I want everything to be left alone and stay the same. But there's no way that's going to happen. Dang it. You know, it's just one of those things. It's so decent, you want it to stay the same, but the chances are they'll do fine with things. But another thing is, with me wanting the show to stay the same, is I very much favor our current few within the crew. Yet, I am totally aware that it's destined to expand, and I don't want it to change. I don't want it to change. I don't want new people in the crew. Because I'm so familiar with the ones we have, and I like the ones we have. I like our current cast. I don't want it to change or expand, but it's gonna. So, it's just one of those things. Oh, we got the hat there too. That's nice. Totally not on purpose or anything. No. Anyhow, that hair is like cowlicked right there. What the heck is going on? Maybe I need some of that candle wax. Anyhow, so I don't want the crew to change. I know it's going to change. I don't want it to change. I care about the ones we got so much that I don't want different new ones to come into the crew, which is just silly, but it is what it is. It is what it is. We're gonna get different crew members. So, anyhow, once again, the spoiler warning up through episode 75. I want to talk about where we left off, and then a little refamiliarization. We're gonna end off with one little questiony thing for anyone who might be aware. I haven't been able to find any information about it, but anyhow, we left off kind of a bad spot. And I suspect, I know certain things, and I see a little thing here or there, but all mostly, 100% blind. But considering the fourth collection, it's got me curious. But anyhow, let's set that aside for a minute. Where we left off, the Candlewax guy, Mr. 3. I misremembered him as Mr. 5 for a while here, so that's going to be confusing when we jump back in. But we left off him, Mr. 3. My Candlewax. I've said that so many times since we've been away. We've been away a long time. I want to jump back in. And we got to finish off Fairy Tail as well, season 1. But with that, considering season 3 is the end, we're jumping ship, aren't we? There was something called Fairy Tail Zero, which I assume is a prequel. So it's kind of interesting. So it's technically not the end. They lied. Anyhow, we left off with Miss Wednesday, or Vivi, Nami, and Zoro getting stuck in the dang wax, and we ended off with them getting completely encased, aka they are dead, but yet the show goes on for hundreds and hundreds of more episodes. So, considering that, I don't think they're really dead. I'm just saying that for emphasis. They're dead. As far as we're aware now, they are dead. They can't breathe. They're stuck in wax. That kind of cake trap was kind of interesting and cool, and has the time limit element to it, and different things like that. But anyhow, other than that, the most creative thing they got right now is that little girl who seems just completely innocent, not strong at all, and yet she is quite a tough cookie. Miss Golden Week. She's just this little girl, and she has like these paint colors, and they have different effects on whoever they touch, which is very interesting. You can get a couple different thoughts from that. Many different thoughts. I've had plenty of thoughts. How can Luffy, counter her? How can he counter her when he's constantly under the different colors and different effects? How can he counter her? The only thing I can fathom with paint is paint washes off. So if he gets soaked, I don't think he's got to get soaked somehow. He's got to get water. H2O. Hydrogen. He needs to get water. He needs to get water somehow, I think. I think that's the answer. At least that's what I would think. Jump in some water. Like the... well, then there's the problem with that. His weakness is the ocean. But I'm talking like small puddle or something. I didn't mean for him to jump into the ocean. No. But here's the thing. I don't think he can directly counter her, because we're not going to see Luffy just pummel the life out of a little girl, Miss Golden Week. I don't think that's going to happen. So how are we going to get out of that mess? He needs to save them. He needs to save Zoro, Nami, and Vivi. We need more Nami. Come on. We need more Nami. So that's kind of my thoughts on Golden Week. And the name drop of Crocodile, him being the, well, we'll say in a minute, but just the name drop is brilliant in the writing, to name drop future characters, because on a basic point, on a basic basis, ooh, says the viewer, what is that character going to be like? What does that character look like? What can they do? What are their powers, if anything? Or is it just natural power? Physical strength or something like that, or just brains, or whatever the case. Brains or bronze. So, I think Crocodile is just quite simply the name. This whole secret organization type thing of bounty hunters is interesting. The name Crocodile, I think, would... I really do not think that this character is going to be an actual crocodile. I don't think that's the case. I think it's one of their code names for some reason. Now, I don't know why it would be Crocodile, but maybe there is no reason. Maybe it is just a random name chosen. Who knows? It could allude towards certain things, or it might not. I don't know. I'm not going to ponder it. We're just going to jump back in eventually. So, anyhow, the point is, the name drop creates the curiosity, and the curiosity to continue watching as well. But having seen 3 bundles of the show, 75 episodes, the first bundle was a great introduction. Great introduction. The second bundle won me over and showed me the true potential of the show. The third bundle, now that I was won over, I could just enjoy it. And man, was it enjoyable. Really enjoyable. Really good. So, given that I have had a high view of it since Bundle 2, and thus had a high view of it once we ended Bundle 3, with it being so enjoyable, it's like I have to set aside my high hopes, my high standard, my high bar for it, and just enjoy the ride. Just enjoy the ride. I don't want to have expectations. I don't want the show to disappoint me. I really don't. It's become very favorable with me. So it's one of my favorites. And we're only up 75 episodes in. I think there's more to the show. Something tells me there's more to the show. Anyhow, let us refamiliarize ourselves, shall we, a little bit. Because I try and keep a little bit of, for the most part, character names jotted down, because those are not always the easiest to remember everything, and sometimes One Piece throws a lot of new info at you, so that can get tricky with me. But anyhow, we are of course familiar with Luffy. He's the MC, and what was the joke I had? I had a joke. Come on. Yeah, okay. Luffy the monkey. He should have known out of all of us that they were going to stretch this show out. And of course we got Nami, the female lead. Oh. Without her, with Bundle 2, wouldn't have been won over as I was. But hopefully there are a lot of similar things like that ahead. Things of that kind of an arc and that kind kind of writing. Man, amazing. So Nami, we gotta see more of Nami. So it'll be nice to see 76 through 100 soon enough. I think we're gonna jump into this instead of Fairy Tail, the final bit of Fairy Tail season 1. I want to get back to One Piece. We did that, and then a Fairy Tail bundle, so it's proper that we get back to One Piece here. We also have Hunter x Hunter in the mix until we finish off. Well, not until we finish off, but we'll have Fairy Tail in the mix until we finish that off with one more bundle. But that'll be after One Piece and something else probably. Hopefully a short show, because the bundles are long. The bundles are long to do, a lot to invest. The shorter shows are like a relief. Whew. But this will be an enjoyable ride. The episodes are even shorter. They're like without the OP and ED and the recap. It's like 20 minutes, something like that. But anyhow, we got Nami. We need to see more Nami. We got Zoro. Him and Nami and Wednesday are in a bit of a predicament right now. Zoro, he tried to chop his way out. This guy is tough as steel. He may not be the greatest swordsman in the world right now, but he sure is the darn toughest swordsman in the world. I'll give him that. Tough as steel. Tough as steel, I kid you not. He tried to chop his legs off to live long enough to kill the enemy. Wow. And then he said some sort of comment like he only got halfway through. Oh man, that kind of stuff. Ugh, good grief. Anyhow, then we got Usopp. Be brave, Usopp. Be brave. We need you to rescue the day. Rescue Luffy. But he has his own folks to deal with. Mr. Booger and Mrs. Lemon. We'll get to them. Just hold up. Then we got Sanji. He can be a bit flirty, but so be careful. But where was he? Oh yeah, I think they had the hunting competition thing. He might have been still out, or he might have got caught in one of their traps. They made fake fake Luffys and Namis in the woods so that they'd fall into their traps, the baddies. And then we got Miss Wednesday. Well, anyhow, with Sanji, I guess there is the bit of hope he could come by and help out. The one guy was out for the count for the time being, so he could even pop back up if Luffy gets out of the dang Miss Golden Week, her paint. But anyhow, Miss Wednesday, she's in a bind. She's being made into statue as well. Her, Zoro, Nami, as I said, all encased in my candle wax. They're all dead. They're all dead. At least as far as we know. It's Schrodinger's cat or something. Then we got for One Piece, I put in certain concepts or information as well as character names so that we can remember them and have them down pat. We got log pose, which is Grand Line type compass. It's let's just say an elite type compass. And then we got an eternal pose, which is the best kind of compass, which retains its memory of different islands and all that sort. So a log pose would only be able to do like one at a time. And with the Grand Line type thing, with what they showed, it seemed to be the case where they had the choice of where they could start on a series of islands and go from there. So I think it's the case where you could start at any of the 4 and then hopscotch from there. Not necessarily have to follow like each next one in a certain way. But I do think they said that they would have, if they wanted to go to a different starting one, they'd have to come all the way back. They'd have to come all the way back and start from that one and then go forth, which does seem to imply that they would have to have some sort of like specific forward progression and not be able to hopscotch in between all of the ones past the starting point. I don't know how to communicate it. But anyhow, then we got Raftel, which is supposedly the final island at the end of the Grand Line. Only Gold Roger has reached it. Very interesting. Boy, oh boy, do I have some speculation about him. Oh boy. And that was based on... What was that based on? The start of Bundle 3, I think. Yeah, the start of Bundle 3 was great too. Boy, oh boy, was I stunned at one thing. Anyhow, we got Whiskey Peak, the home of Mr. 9 and Miss Wednesday. I think we're beyond that now. Definitely, I think that's an old note. I can practically delete it, but I was just a little concerned, so I didn't for some reason. We got the Barbecue Works, which is an organization of bounty hunters working with secret code names so nobody can figure out their real identities. And then we got Crocodile. He is the leader of Barbecue Works. Very interesting. And supposedly something about him leading a rebellion of Arabasta. And then we have Miss All Sunday, second to Crocodile. She killed off Igaram. I forget his other name, Mr. 10 or something like that. Yeah, she like annihilated his dang boat when he was leaving the island or something. And then later on, she appeared unto the others. And I think they were no match. They were no match to her. I forget what happened, what exactly happened, but it was like she was holding them all back, which is pretty bonkers. They couldn't do anything, or something like that. It was either that or she suppressed their abilities. I think she held them down. I think she was able to hold them all down using her powers or something. Very weird. We need to know more about her ability, but that'll probably be later on. But she's number 2. I wouldn't want to be known as number 2, but anyhow. Nonetheless, all of them, all of our crew losing, technically losing out, powerless to number 2. Crocodile's superior. Okay? Think about the hype of that. So Luffy presumably has one heck of a fight upcoming eventually. Oh boy. And then something like Maicho. There was something about, I remember there was something about Nami like reading or seeing something like in one of their information bits, like a newspaper thing, something she saw, some sort of secret pertaining to Vivi, Miss Wednesday. I don't know if that revelation has come about yet or not. I don't think so. But who knows what that could be, but I like mystery, so I wrote it down. I made darn sure to write it down. Anyhow, outside of that, we got Little Garden, which is the current island we happen to be on. We got Mr. 5. The basic explanation for Mr. 5. His boogers explode. I don't know how Ichiro Oda, or whatever the guy's name is, I don't know how he came up with that idea. But, little advice here. Please back away if Mr. 5 is about to sneeze. Back away to a safe distance, because his boogers explode. Explode. Yeah. And then, well, hold up. Mr. 5, he's one of the two that are on, I think, on Usopp's nose, on Usopp's tail right now. The other one, I kind of keep crushing on. I don't know why. I think it's her laugh. It's kind of cute. But she's just decked out in this different lemon attire. Good gosh. I was going to say something like a joke. When life gives you lemon, make lemonade. Oh boy. But anyhow, Miss Valentine, I be crushing on you. Stop being so cute. And please, turn face. Please turn face. Miss Valentine. I want her to become a good guy. A good character. Not a good guy, but she can stay a cute chick. I have no problem with that. Anyhow, other than that, so we got Mr. 5 and Miss Valentine on the trail of Usopp. Usopp could also help Luffy somehow. If something happens to Miss Golden Week, I keep thinking Sunday. Miss Golden Week. If something happened to her, what's it called? Not an easel. The painting thing. The not canvas. Whatever it's called. The thing she's holding to paint. If something happened to that thing or the paint thing, maybe then she'd be down for the count for now. Maybe Usopp can pull off a long range hit. I don't know. Like I said, I don't think they're gonna beat the little girl up. That would be weird. Not very PG. But anyhow, we got them after Usopp. Sanji, I think, be missing, so he could come back into the fray and fight with Mr. 3. That would be interesting. And then we got the giants, Dory and Broggy. They be giant. They be big giants. They both have a 100 million belly. I keep thinking I keep getting mixed up. Belly or berry. I don't know. Different shows have different darn currencies. So I keep forgetting if it's belly or berry. But anyhow, 100 million. The bounties are from 100 years prior. So, what on earth was the point of giving out the bounties if they were near impossible? One of them is kaput. One of them they killed off through deception, which is horrible, villainous, disgusting, and evil. So, of course, they don't fight fair. They never fight fair. I'm kind of in a little goofy mood for this video. Oh, I'm probably in a happy mood because, let's face it, when you jump back into One Piece, it's a good time. It's a good time. So one of them dead. One of them, I think, was getting his fight back right before dying. I think Zoro gave him the talk. I think Zoro gave him the talk, and he's teed off again, and he wants to live. He wants to fight. He wants to take him out. So, what would happen if I forget which one it is. Let's say Dory died. Let's say Broggy's the one who lived. 50-50 chance. Those dang names. And we've been away a long time. Whatever. Let's say one of them. Or hold up. Getting confused. Hold up. Let's say the one did break out of the wax. He's trapped in the wax. It hardened. He's stuck. He was gonna die. Nearby the cake thing. And then he got his fight back, I think. So what if he breaks out and fights Mr. 3 again, with him getting back up or something? Luffy deals with Golden Week, and Usopp tries to fight off both Mr. 5 and Miss Valentine. I think what's going to have to happen is Sanji might return onto Usopp, or he might return onto Luffy. I'm not sure. I don't know, but they got to be freed from that darn wax, or they're toast. They are toast. But what if the giant broke out? Okay. And what if, get this, what if Golden Week put some paint on the giant? Holy heck. She could control the giant. That might be worse. That might be worse than Luffy under control, to a certain degree. But he's sitting there having picnic and tea and probably biscuits if he's part British or something. I don't know. And he's like wanting to fight, wanting to get out of it. He's like trying, but she won't let him. She won't let him save their lives. So this little girl is being complicit in the murder of these other individuals. Then they're probably just going to quite simply kill Luffy off. So this little girl, I'm wondering if she's really that little or not, or if it's a deception. Who knows? She probably is really a young one, but I don't know. It could be some sort of, could be something. Maybe she's not really that young. I don't know. And then, as I've been saying, Mr. 3, I don't want this video to go too long, way longer than I ever thought it would go, but apparently we can talk about One Piece. Mr. 3. Hoo-hoo, my candle wax. I like imitating characters. It seems like he's almost overpowered. You know? Seems like he's almost overpowered. You know, Luffy falling into his stupid trap right off the bat. Ay. Sometimes I feel frustrated when the good guys are up against the ropes. I feel frustrated. I want him to get out from under the ropes. Anyhow, I've already talked about Golden Week, but it's very interesting. All sorts of different effects, controlling people with paint, colors, different effects with paint. One of them was just stunningly creative. She painted up Luffy. The rest of them were still alive. They were saying, "Help us, help us." And Luffy's just standing there. No big deal. You guys are dying, breathing wax. You're gonna get encased. Of course he would, but they're just stunned. Probably gonna need one heck of an explanation. But they eventually figured things out. He started doing the opposite of whatever they told him, so they figured it out after a moment. And just the creativity. Oh my goodness. Oh my. Oh. And then last but not least, Karu, the big duck. Absolutely hilarious in Bundle 3. Oh, that is probably the funniest thing in the whole show I had seen. Probably the funniest thing in the whole show was Karu just terrified the villains showed up onto it. And, this and that, making threats. Karu with that whatever drink he was drinking. It's got like a barrel attached around his neck or whatever, and like a straw, and it drank a bunch or whatever. Terrified out of its mind in front of these villains, making threats, and it knows it's doomed. It starts like regurgitating the drink. It's just coming out of his mouth, and normally that would be completely disgusting to me, but it was just hilarious. It was the funniest thing of the whole show. Just completely funny. But anyhow, I think we've covered most of the stuff. Probably didn't get everything 100% right, but it is what it is. I also want to do a intermission for before we jump into the next part of Hunter x Hunter, because quite frankly, Bundle 3 of Hunter x Hunter ended in a manner in which I need to do an intermission video. Boy, oh boy. Oh, that was stunning. I wasn't following this or that, but then I got it at a certain point. Very soon after. I wasn't following 100%, then I totally got that last bit. Oh, once I knew, then it was like, whoa. But can't talk about it here. I'm talking about it here, and I can't. No, bad. Cool guy for you. Bad. All right. Well, I think that's good enough for now. I've given my spiel. There was one thing, though, I wanted to ask. If people are in the know. One Piece fans. I couldn't find anything about it, but one thing and then the other. I don't even know if I want to know, because I so badly want to avoid spoilers, any spoilery thing. But nonetheless, I'll ask just to ask. I'm not sure if like collection 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever the case, if a collection art cover is necessarily spoilery or not, according to the episodes that it contains. Now, with however someone might want to answer that, I don't want to be spoiled with that either, because I could think about it, So, I don't know if I want that answered or not. Ideally, I want to avoid the artwork, but you can't necessarily avoid the artwork, if you know what I mean. It's all out there, But secondarily, here's a question that's fine. I definitely want the answer. Would be interesting information to me to know, not that we're going to be anywhere near ready for a very long time. Very, very, very long time. Maybe never. But I'm curious to know if any One Piece fan knows whether or not a collection box 4 through 6 is being planned or not, or will eventually arrive or not. I'm aware of 1 through 3, but I'm not sure if there is going to be a 4 through 6. So, it's just something I haven't found anything about. So, the question is just there. All right. Well, we hit 40 minutes, probably 4:30, so 4.5. So, anyhow, thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned for more. I intend to do another intermission video for Hunter x Hunter. And now, after doing this video, I'm ready. My body is ready for more One Piece. One Piece Bundle 4. I am ready. Episodes 76 through 100. Hoo, my Candlevax. Alright. Thank you very much. I will see you ahead. As always, take it cool.